दोस्तों मैं हूँ आरजे राजीव यहाँ वॉशिंगटन डीसी के सुनो ऑडियो स्टूडियो से दिल से लेके आ रहा हूँ आपके लिए दिल से विद आरजे राजीव। इससे पहले कि मैं शो शुरू करूँ लेट मी गो एंड सेट द प्राइवेसी सो दैट जो भी हमारे देखने वाले हैं फेसबुक पे वो हमें देख सकें। ओके सो अगेन आई एम आरजे राजीव और लेके आ रहा हूँ आपके लिए दिल से विद आरजे राजीव और आज के इस प्रोग्राम में हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं बिथरोड के डायरेक्टर और प्रोटैगनिस्ट भारती जी, राहुल एंड राखी और इनमें से कुछ लोगों के साथ मैं पहले बातें कर चुका हूँ हमारे शो में और कुछ हैं जो इस शो में दिल से वाले शो में मेरे साथ पहली बार जुड़ रहे हैं एंड I am so thrilled to have them on this show. I'm so super excited. So thank you so much, Rahul and Raki, for joining. And I'm just seeing this R and R combination, Rahul and Raki.
I
Wow.
know.
भारती जी ने कुछ ना कुछ सोच के ही ये कास्टिंग की होगी. So I'm going to start with Bharti ji. So welcome to the show, uh,
Thank
and
you.
I've talked to you in previous shows also. And the very first thing I would like to congratulate you is your energy about and your passion to continue to bring Tagore's work in forefront to the theater lovers in the Washington D.C. area. And with the energy you do, like it's so difficult to even put up one play a year, and you do multiple stories and plays a year, and you do it
Usually one.
with
Usually
dedication.
one. This
And
year,
this
it's
year is the
been
second
two.
one. This year is the second one.
This year, this is the second one.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's amazing. It's amazing energy. So tell me first, what continues to drive you to do Tagore's work?
Well, I grew up reading Tagore and singing Tagore's songs and enacting Tagore's plays throughout my childhood. So Tagore is what I kind of that's what comes to my mind first. And Tagore is so incomparable to anyone else. I would have to say, even in the whole wide world, he is very incomparable. So I'm very inspired by Tagore. Let's put it this way.
And I agree with you. Anyone who has read Tagore's work, who have been connected with Tagore's work, would 100% concur with you. Each of
Thank
his
you.
work, you talk about stories, you talk about poems, you
Yeah.
talk about music, every piece of it. What an amazing human
Yes.
being and artist Tagore was.
Yeah.
So, how did you get to select this particular play?
Well,
Okay.
this particular play is not written by Tagore. It's written by Sarath Chandra Chattopadhyay, who is also contemporaneous with Tagore. He's about 15 years younger than Tagore, but he was a brilliant author of short stories, novellas, and novels, and even some plays. So this one, Datta, uh, well, first let me introduce Sarath Chandra Chattopadhyay. He's the writer of Devdas and Parinita. Those two movies have been Bollywood super hits. And so if anyone says, who's Sharath Chandra? I've heard of Tagore, but well, that's who he is. He's the one who came up with those stories. And Datta is another story which is kind of timeless. And it shows a very strong woman, even in those days, very young, but pretty strong woman who comes out a winner in the end,
Mhm.
because of the strength of her character. And of course, it's also a very sweet love story.
Wow.
It's a
So,
very Tagoresque story. So that's
so,
one of the reasons why I chose it.
so, when you choose these stories, these are in already in the play format, or their stories converted into the play
Okay,
format?
well, this one is written in both formats. He had
Okay.
written a novel named Bijaya, which is the main character of the story, and the play is called Dotta. Dotta means the betrothed.
Okay. Okay. So, why? How did you decide to do this in English and not leave it in the original
See,
language?
that's the thing. I wanted it to do it in English because I wanted to bring these jewels of Bengali culture to the forefront for everybody to understand. That's one of the reasons why.
I
It's a
give
big
it to
challenge,
you.
by the way, to do it in English. I can assure you.
Yeah, I can
We
understand.
are
I can
feeling
relate
it.
to it.
We are feeling it.
Yeah, I give it to you for your energy and your passion to continue to do this and try to
Thank
bring
you.
this for the general audience. And here with us are R&R, Rahul and Raki. Uh, I'm just hooked on to R&R now. It's like it's an amazing.
I like
And there
it.
are three R's here. Rajiv too.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. I know that'll make a new movie, RRR. So let's.
Oh my
R
gosh.
and R.
Wow, amazing. So first of all, Rahul, this is your first time on my show.
Yes, yeah, I'm very
Raki, this
excited.
is your first time on my show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
तो मुझे कपिल की तरह पूछना पड़ेगा, कैसा लग रहा है आपको हमारे शो में आके? कभी सोचा था आपने कि आप हमारे शो में भी आएँगी? आएँगे?
Very excited to be here.
Why,
No,
what makes you
never imagined. Always heard about your show a lot. I've watched it live as well sometimes. So I've enjoyed it. I think, I think I've told you, you're great at like entertaining people. So
Yes.
excited to be on the show.
thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I am honored. I feel really good to have these amazing talents on my show. And if you look at Raki's background, you can see that picture is so romantic. It's so beautiful. It without even looking at your eyes in the picture, I can feel the two eyes talking to each other. The expressions are priceless, unbelievable.
And the
So whoever,
Yes.
photographer was Sujay Lahiri. He's
amazing.
also 100% he helps out. He's one of our volunteers. He has acted in a few of my dramas as well.
Kudos, Sujay. You did an
The-
amazing job of
yes.
capturing that picture. It just tells the story, it tells the love. And while you're looking at the picture there, and you're looking Raki and Rahul and Raki in the background, on the right side you'll see the QR code, which Raki very strategically has positioned that so that people can come and scan the thing right away, get the thing show going, go and get the tickets because show is happening. If you can see it on November 19th at JCC, the Jewish Community Center in Rockville, Maryland. So while we are talking to them and get to the next question, please go ahead and scan that QR code, go and get the ticket so that we all know that this show did get more people to your shows and such. So,
Okay.
uh, Bharti, I'm going to ask you one more question before I jump into Rahul and Rakib.
Sure.
How do you go about doing the casting when you put a play together, you get the script and everything? How do you
Yeah,
go
well,
finding the right people?
I've always felt that if you're not a professional actor, I mean, even for professional actors, in the casting, one of the main things is that does the person in real life have any similarity in characteristics with the character that he or she is going to portray?
Mhm,
And that's what I go for. And I have never built myself a team or a group because I don't believe in groups. I think the whole world is my group.
mhm,
So I
mhm,
can choose from any community. That liberty I have, even though I don't get the loyalty from a particular group if I don't form a group. There are, you know, pros and cons, but I believe that because I don't have a group, in any given year, if there are, let's say there are 10 roles in one play, for instance, the current one has 10 characters,
mhm,
10 actors have to be filled, those roles have to be filled. So then I can really pick and choose from any community, from anybody who seems to me, well, all right, this person seems like would do great for such and such role. So I
mhm,
that would be my first choice. I will ask that person and I'll give them the rehearsal schedules. What it does it entail to become a part of this show? I
mhm.
mean, how much of your time you have to take away from your family or your pleasure or your work. So if they can commit, they are in. And if they can't, I go to plan B.
So, so, Rahul, how did you go about uh, becoming the part of the project? So I'm going to just extend that question out and come to you because there are many actors out there, right? And many actors can fit into the kind of structure, role requirements that Bharti was talking about. So how did Rahul you become the part of this project?
So when I think I believe she saw one of my videos, I believe on Facebook, and then when she reached out to me and we kind of discussed what the role is about, and that actually got me excited about the role when she kind of explained the script a little bit and the character a little bit, and I really did feel that I agree with what she's saying is she wants to look. A certain traits or certain character she's looking for in a person. I think I felt like I I may be well uh, fitted to do that, and plus I think overall the script when she kind of talked about the script to me, that's actually what got me excited to be a part of something like this. In a Bengali literature is very rich, right?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
a Maharashtrian myself, so I understand the significance of literature and arts and Bengali. I keep them in high regard, and that's what got me actually pretty excited to do something different, which I have not done before. So yeah, that's what actually got me into the play.
So did you audition for your part as such?
She did ask me if I had worked in plays before, which I said yes, I did have experience, and I think she saw my video on Facebook. Which and then I went to her house, and in May I had done some other show with her, so that's how she got to know me better, and I believe that's how she ended up working with me.
That's great. That's great. And Raki, how about you?
So for me, yeah, Bharti auntie approached me with the. I think she was still writing the script when she talked to me about this. So I was very curious as to what is the story about. So she was kind of giving me little bits and pieces, throwing me a carrot or two over here, and I was trying to piece together the whole thing. I think I got the gist of it, that it was definitely I was going to play like this traditional Bengali woman, which honestly I struggled with a little bit because I don't see myself as being like a typical tradition. I mean, I don't even wear saris. So here I have to wear all these saris. But I think that's what really attracted me to this character, because I, s- I wasn't sure if I could do it, but I was like, I want this kind of on my theatrical resume as a role I want to play. So
Wow.
So it was more of a challenge for her, I think, isn't it true, Raki?
yes, it was definitely,
Because it
yeah.
was so unlike anything you had done before. And same with Rahul, I think.
Same, yeah. It's that's the fun part, but that's also the challenging part.
Yeah.
Hmm. So Raki, did you go to the audition?
So Bharti auntie actually heard about me through Five Grains of Rice, which I did with Arundam Ghosh and Shampa.
Shampa Basu actually
Yeah.
suggested her to me.
So that was very nice of Shampa to
Yeah,
recommend
she
me.
was very nice of her to
And
do
it's
that.
funny in that I played this really modern, other woman. So this was a complete contrast to that character. But
Mhm.
that's how she heard about me, and that's how I got involved.
आप दोनों की स्टोरी सुन के मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे बॉलीवुड की किसी सुपरस्टार की स्टोरी सुन रहा हूँ because they all have this kind of even like when you sit down with Amitabh Bachchan or somebody like that, they would be saying like actually I was just sitting with Yash Chopra and talking about this कि दीवार की बात निकल आई और सलीम जावेद की कहानी सुनाई जा रही थी तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा would you like to do this role? I go, yeah, sure. I don't have any other work going on, so I would rather do it. And that turned the things around. So before it's too late, maybe I'll do a screen capture of this picture right here. And whenever I get to see you guys, take the autograph. क्योंकि पता नहीं आने वाले शोज में जब आप बड़े बड़े लोगों के साथ इंटरव्यू कर रहे होंगे तो लोग यही क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे और तुम यही आंसर दोगी तो मैं कहूंगा मेरे शो में भी यही आंसर दिया गया था So, Raki, pehle tum, uske baad Rahul, tell us about the challenges that you have seen over the last 3 4 months. You guys have been rehearsing and all that. Uh,
Yeah.
what do you think about it? And for everyone who sees the glamour side of doing the plays, etc., they should also know about the journey and the sacrifices that you guys make to be part of these things. So, Raki, first you tell me uh, what are the challenges, what are the sacrifices, and how do you feel about doing that, and then the lessons for other people who want to jump into it.
Sure. So, firstly, time commitment. There's a huge time commitment involved. And as Bharti auntie was mentioning to me, that's the first thing she kind of gets out of the way. about, making sure we're committed to the project. And so, she's lives close by, so that was one of the things just wanted to make sure that I, didn't have to travel too far. The second challenge was really about memorizing the lines. Like, I've never had, honestly, never had like this chunk of a role, like it's a lead role, one of the lead roles. And so I wasn't sure if I could memorize all these lines. So that took a while. But again, I think I'm working with a director who's a stickler for perfectionism, and she knows theater very well, so she knew what she was doing all along. And I think very early on in the process, she made sure we went script free. And honestly, the last 2 weeks, I've seen a dramatic transformation in just how we're all connecting as actors. And we're now just fine tuning the little things. So, I think that those were the two big challenges. And then, as I mentioned, playing the role, a character of a naive, coy village zamindar was a little challenging. So, yeah.
Going script free that early in the stage, it's wow.
Because I don't allow any prompting.
That's the always
Prompting.
like going script free is the biggest challenge in theater, and going script free that early is commendable for the actors who are able to grasp all
You're
that
right.
information. So great job. Oh. And
Yeah.
Rahul, what about you?
Yeah, I think Rocky talked a little bit about. I think it's a mainly time commitment. That's one thing, but again, I feel like if you're really passionate about something, you just kind of prioritize this and you work towards it, and you give that much time. But I think more about familial challenges, having two kids, wife is working. You also have to balance that in addition to this. Uh, but again, that is something I talked to my family before even I said yes to Bharati auntie. But I think the more so from a play perspective, it's really if you think about where the play is based and in what time. So to really try to understand the Bengali kind of culture, mannerisms, the times when the play is based, how the people must be reacting, conversing during that era, to really truly understand that and truly bring that in acting. I think that's definitely a challenge, but I think we've learned a lot from Bharti auntie, who's taught us a lot in terms of how it must have been in those days, in terms of how people may be talking to each other, and how their interactions may look like. So that's been a challenge, but it's also been a learning as well.
So if I look at the picture in the background, I'm smitten by that picture. This Sujay has done a great job of capturing that, and I'm not trying to flatter you guys or anything, but really looking at that picture, it looks like a movie poster. It looks like Shah Rukh Khan and maybe Pariniti Chopra kind of thing, and
Good.
it does bring out that structure, right? The elegance of Rahul's red tie, the vest and everything, the elegance of his presentation with that umbrella and all that thing. So, Bharti, who put the costumes together for this particular play, and how did you go about finalizing that?
Luckily, me and Amazon.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness. Honest to goodness, Amazon is such a great source. And really, what we're trying to do is we're not trying really killing ourselves trying to make it so very period costume correct, but we're 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 kind of going halfway and meeting that need somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay, so the costumes are going to be um, kind of period costumes, but not so very strictly so, like no tailcoats or anything like that.
yeah,
So, but there will be vests and high collars and all of those good things. Those
yeah.
will
It
still
does
be.
look like that. It like doesn't have to overdo it, but the
We
elegance.
that's what I thought. That I said to myself, I'm not going to concentrate on the and kill myself about the costumes. More important is the interaction on
Right,
stage
right. No, I
and trying to portray, trying to get into the characters. I think that is much more important. So, and that automatically will bring about the ambiance, you know.
So then
So,
let me turn my question a little bit towards if you can give us a gist or a very, very 5,000 feet level, what the audience should expect and what is the story about?
Well, the story is wonderful. The story is a love story. The girl is torn between two guys, and she falls in love with the guy she's not engaged to.
Mhm. Good.
So
Yeah.
then, what happens in the end, I can't tell you. You
No,
just
I
have to
don't
watch
want to
the
know.
show and watch.
I don't want to know. I don't want anyone else to know.
Exactly.
I want to know this, that it's a love story. It's a beautiful love story. And
Yes.
just what you described itself has the potential of bringing out that warmth in the love story when someone is falling in love with somebody and all the structure that goes about and all the hidden written words and things like that. So,
The
and,
chemistry needs to
and
be there.
I can believe the chemistry that R&R would be bringing to the stage and
R&R.
putting the stage on fire on that day. So again, going back, get the QR code. It's on the 19th of November, which is next uh, Sunday, right?
Not
Next
this next Sunday, but the Sunday next.
yeah, Sunday after the Diwali Sunday. Yeah,
Right.
Sunday after the Diwali Sunday. So do
The
get the
Sunday
QR.
following the Diwali Sunday. Yes.
So, Bharti ji, is it a kind of a are there music, dances, or just pure dialogue
Well,
structures?
I have used mostly Tagore songs, and a gentleman from Canada, Shashwata Sanyal. He's been singing Tagore songs more than half his life, and
Hmm.
he's a fairly good singer. This time I wanted to give him a chance. So he sang all the six Tagore songs that are in it.
Wow.
And a very well-known dancer, Amarnath Ghosh, who appeared in my May 19th show, and he was here in your
Yeah,
interview.
on my show, yeah.
He's
Mhm.
coming back to play that one dance for the Baul,
Yeah.
the village, you know, pretty much village philosopher slash beggar. I mean, they beg, yes, but their songs have such sublime philosophy that Tagore himself was hugely influenced by that,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
their style of singing is so close to the soil. It's just quite amazing. So I think this gentleman is going to do a great job of playing that role. He doesn't really have a role, he just does the dance, but
Dance,
the
yeah,
dance will be something to see.
yeah. It
And
definitely.
other than that, there is music, but mostly instrumental music.
And then you have two great singers like R&R there too, and hopefully you would have utilized their voices too in some fashion or the other.
uh, Rahul does not get to sing, unfortunately, in this one, but Rakhi does a little bit.
Okay,
So that's something we're all waiting to hear.
okay. So this time Rahul, the Kishore Kumar, only gets to act and not sing in his own play.
Right,
Uh, okay,
right.
and, the people will get to hear Rocky's melodious voice during the play. That's amazing. So, uh, R&R, after the play is done on the 19th, would you guys go through a withdrawal symptom of some kind or something now that you're giving hours and hours? And I will ask you how many hours a week you give towards this place, this
Or
play.
a huge sigh of relief, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it happens after every play that you spend so much, you give so much energy and time and effort into this, and you want to bring the best out of yourself. So there's a lot of time and energy you devote to this, and once it's all done, of course there's going to be some withdrawal that you're going to experience, but it's all hopefully all good memories, and I will definitely miss a lot of the practices that we've had. We've had some fun, but also had some very kind of intense kind of interactions just to get the best out of us. So definitely something to something worth cherishing in the future.
Yeah. Raki?
So I will miss, of course, the friends I've made here. I've never acted with Rahul before. Amit, the cast is. We have a great group of people, but more than anything, I'll miss Bharti Auntie's food. She's a fantastic
Wow,
cook, and
wow.
she makes sure we always eat before we leave. Like she will not let us go without feeding us. So,
She never lets us leave without first feeding a full meal.
yeah.
Right.
Bharti,
Hardly
can I
that's
just
true,
come to
though.
watch the play
That's one
just
of
to
the
eat food?
dialogues, but that's hardly true.
Bharti, can I just come and watch the play rehearsal just to come and eat your food?
Yes. People have said that to me before. Yes, you can. But I'm sure you now you won't be able to make any time to do that. You
2024,
yourself are so
2024.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I
love
would
for you
love
to
to,
come someday.
yeah, I would love to eat the Bengali food made by you.
I'll make sure you that happens.
Yeah, I love Bengali food. I've grown up with Bengali culture and everything. So
That's great.
Bengali thing is embedded into me. So একটু একটু বাংলা বলতে পারি, একটু বাংলা বুঝতে পারি, তাই enjoy
Very
বাঙালি।
good.
So
Very good.
I keep telling her I'm going to gain 10 pounds by the time this play is done.
I
No,
don't think Rahul or Rakib,
Avoid
either
it.
one of you guys can gain weight. Your metabolism is at a different level altogether. It's like I
exactly.
don't know what you guys do, but you guys have not aged for the number of years that I have known you guys.
Oh,
So
thank you.
it's a perfect casting. I would. What time is the show? I did not see
Four
that.
starts at 4 sharp, 4
4 p.m.
p.m.
So it's at the JCC Jewish Community Center in
The Jewish Community
on
Center.
Montrose Road in Rockville, Maryland, November 19th at 4 p.m. QR code is right there. Scan it quickly. Get your tickets. Go watch the play. I have heard all Bharti Didi's the shows and performances have been above par. Everyone has enjoyed it all the time. So you don't want to miss it. And this time she's bringing it in English. So no excuse of not going and watching it other than person like me who has a valid excuse. So,
Right.
but hope to catch up with you guys in the next coming shows or whatever, hopefully. And
Yep.
hopefully 24 able to work together somewhere or the other in
Absolutely.
God's
Thank you
will.
so much, Rajiv, for doing this. It
Oh,
was
you're
such a
welcome. You
pleasure.
always, always, always.
Such a pleasure to be
Love
here.
to do it, and I'm so excited. I got R&R on my show. I'm going to capture it and keep it with me. You really don't know. You really don't know who goes where, when, kind of a thing. और जब ये लोग बहुत ऊंचे ऊंचे मुकाम पे पहुंच जाते हैं तो फिर हम जैसों को शायद पहचान नहीं पाते हैं तो फिर उनको फोटो दिखानी पड़ती है आए थे आप हमारे शो में
आपके मुंह में मिष्टी दोई, Bengali
Mishti
sweets.
Doi, yeah, I
Mishti
need to
Doi.
come at this house and
Wow.
have Mishti Doi. Yeah. So all the best to you guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Wishing you the best for November 19th and everyone watching the show today or during the week. Do get your tickets and go and watch the show. And do come back and let me know how the show was. And I know R&R, you guys will rock. Bharti Didi, all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
See you guys.
Looking forward
Bye.
to seeing a lot of people in the show.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.